Yo, what up, street gods? It's Eric Kim. All right, some thoughts. So this one is regarding data input speed and data output speed. So one new innovation I've actually been doing, which has actually been pretty good, is when I'm walking around the block or using my iPhone, whatever, it's actually a really good strategy to use the voice dictate built into the iPhone. So in the bottom right corner, there's a little microphone button. You turn on the voice dictation, and the benefit of voice dictation is the data output rate, words per minute of talking, is probably like 1,000 times faster than typing on your thumbs. And the reason I think people don't use voice dictation as much was because most people who use iPhones were, early iPhone adopters, users, and I think back in the day it wasn't so good. But for people like me who are late iPhone adapters, I essentially just got my first iPhone like a year ago. Before that, I was just all Samsung Android, and it's really good. I think in the past it wasn't so good, but now it's really good. And there's also the weird stigma that only old people who don't know how to use technology use voice dictate and Siri. But I love Siri. Siri's great. You could be like, oh Siri, FaceTime person X, or hey Siri, take a note, and you can take down notes. But anyways, and this is also one thing I discovered. One of the benefits of vlogging or doing videos is the data output of talking is so much faster than typing, and also less carpal tunnel. Technically, our throats and our lungs are far more resilient than our fingers. And even when I started getting really bad carpal tunnel, like I could type 140 words per minute, no problem. And the way I was able to overcome that was just stop typing on the laptop so much and using video and vlogging instead. And so I think a lot about effectiveness and efficiency and how to increase the data output. So some thoughts in photography. So even with shooting with the Ricoh GR3, to set your camera to small JPEG and using a preset like high contrast black and white, the benefit is it allows you to shoot more. And just using exposure compensation while you're shooting, it means that there's less post-processing after the fact, which is more efficient because then you could quickly flag through your photos much more quickly and efficiently, export them and quickly upload them to your website, your blog, whatever. Something also I've discovered is, in order to increase the data output, creatively or thought-wise, is so I've been blogging since I was technically a junior in high school, and now I'm starting to think maybe the best way to treat blogging is just in the title, right? You could just treat it like a tweet. So even something I've been doing, which seems to be quite effective, is not adding, if I have a certain thought, I just put in in WordPress or whatever, you add a new post in the title, put the germ of the idea in the title, and just hit publish. And then after the fact, if you want to add a featured image, you can, and not, because I think one of the things that slows me down creatively is I have a certain thought and idea, and then I write in the title, and I look for a featured image to best supplement the idea that's perfect, but then that just kind of disrupts my creative workflow. And so just take the idea, just hit publish, and then add the featured image after the fact. And even adding the body text after the fact seems like a good idea. So yeah, just in life, maybe it's a good idea to figure out how you can make things more streamlined, faster, optimize the output. So some other ideas, like even this video I'm shooting on a Lumix G9 with a Leica Lumix 12 millimeter, it's like a 24 millimeter equivalent with a Rode video mic on top. And I'm just shooting this, you know, MP4 format and 1080p 60 FPS and in intelligent auto mode, which means I can just focus on talking and sharing the ideas, and I don't worry too much about the exterior noise or whatever because I got the boom mic on top. And I could just quickly export it and directly upload to YouTube, upload to my blog on my my video media library. And the benefit of having smaller file size is that, you know, it uploads a lot faster. And the trend I see is majority of people watch YouTube on their phones and they don't even full screen, they just see half the size. So then the screen is like that small, so why do you need 4K? Or, you know, technically even 720p is probably fine for YouTube because ain't nobody gonna see it that much higher anyways. So smaller file size is good. Streamlining the process. Even something I've been doing is making my coffee the night prior and just putting it in the fridge, and so when I wake up I could just down the coffee immediately rather than having to wait for the coffee to extract. So it just makes things a little bit more fast and more efficient. And what is the point of all of this? I think it's, I mean, one thing that I think one of the biggest benefits of ironically having a kid does make you much more, it forces you to be more efficient with everything because the amount of free time you have is limited, and therefore you become much more discerning about how you use your time and your mind space and what you decide to do, what you decide not to do. And therefore, you know, I encourage everyone to have a kid if they want to. If you don't want to have a kid, you don't have to, of course. But yeah, having baby Seneca has helped me become much more effective and efficient with my time and actually helped me innovate more.